Hey, so I saw something on Instagram the other day, and this girl was making something called stuffed chaffels. Chaffels. I'm like, what's a chaffel? I'm getting all these things on Instagram and Facebook and all this stuff, and it's like things I can't pronounce, like charcuterie. That's an interesting new one, too. We'll talk about that another day. But today I thought I'd try my hand at this chaffel thing. So, got a few ingredients together and thought I'd show you how I was going to make it. Only made one yesterday, so we're going to see how. I'm not going to be in this video that much. It's mostly going to be about the food, right? So, first you start out with 2 eggs, or in the regular chaffel recipe it says 1 egg, okay? And if you don't want it to taste super eggy, just use 2 egg whites, okay? So I have already taken the 2 egg whites and mixed them up, okay? I also put in this stuff called Everything But Bagel. Has a seasoning in here. That's all. I'm gonna just leave it out. And that was more like the base ingredients for this, for me. It's just a 2 ingredient thing. It's this and cheese normally, but I'm gonna do it a little bit different. So I've got 2 egg whites and the Everything But Bagel. The next thing I'm gonna put in is I have 48 ounces of not just shredded, but also chopped up mozzarella cheese. It's showing on here 6 tablespoons or 3 ounces if you have one of these type of measuring cups. So you put your cheese in, if you can get it all in, and you mix that one up. The next thing you're going to need is, I believe, a 1/4 cup of almond flour. And in my almond flour, I have put in 1/4 teaspoon of flaxseed. You can also use psyllium husk. Some people say use psyllium husk because flaxseed has a higher fat content. It's 1/4 teaspoon. It's what I have. I don't care. And in a little bit, we're going to talk about this, but we're not putting it in here. Okay, so I've mixed all that in here, and I'm going to pour it in here. And mix it all up. Now, I am not making a sweet waffle or chaffle. I am making something that is more like a spicy veggie, I don't know. You'll see. See what I put in it. You can call it whatever you want to. It just tastes good, I know that. So it's mixed up pretty good. It's kind of thick. Well, we like it like that. And get rid of this little thing and go to this because I'm going to need this next. Now, I am going to, can you see both of these little things? These are these little tiny mini waffle makers called Dash. And I have 2, so I can do 2 at a time. I don't want to have to deal with it. If you want these things to be a little crispier, you put cheese down on ahead of time. Now this is a 3 cheese spicy cheese. So you can put it on here and let it sit and start making a real big mess. You know, they say to spray this thing with some nonstick spray. I like to live dangerously. So, okay, so that's going to sit there for just a few seconds. The other ingredients I have for later is ham, spinach, onions, tiny chopped onions, which I did not take out of their bag, and a few tomatoes chopped up. That's for later. Right now, we're just gonna make these. Okay, I'm gonna take half of the mixture and put it in one, and half of it and put it in the other, as best I can. Alexa, set a timer for 4 minutes. I'll close that down. If you want this side to be crunchy too, you put a little bit of the cheese on top to make that crunchy too. And I'm going to pause you for a minute and I'll come back when the 4 minutes is up. Okay, so 4 minutes is up. Open these up and look how pretty. Yes. Now I need my plate back. Actually, let me get this. So, I don't know. I think they need to cook a little bit longer. I'm going to see how long this takes. Maybe 1 more minute? Yeah. All right. That's the last minute. Let's hope it looks good this time. It was a little moist last time, so I'm just going to check it. It's not steaming. Not steaming. Guess it'll be okay. All right. Supposed to do this. Oh, not the wet version. See this? Wow, there's the crispy side with the other cheese on it. Cool. All right. Unplug these to turn them off. There's a trick to cleaning these too. You take a paper towel, and while they're turned off, you take a wet paper towel, or damp, a little bit too wet maybe, and put it in there and let it steam and it'll clean it off. Okay, so what to do with these now, right? Well, I'm going to start with some ham. And I'll throw my spinach on here. I got this idea because, you know, I like crepes, and my crepes usually are eggs and ham and anything else I can throw on here. I've got tomatoes. I'm going to put my cheese over here because I want it to melt a little bit. A lot of times they say put these on a cooling rack so they'll dry a little crunchier. And they do reheat well, because I reheated one today and it was actually good. And I just ate it by itself. That was strange. It was actually really good. And I love onions, so. And now you have, it's like a chaffel sandwich, and it's so yummy. I know it's yummy because I tried it half of one earlier today when I warmed up my other half, but I haven't had a whole one yet. So I'm so excited to try my new lunch. And I get to eat the whole thing and not just half of it this time. Oh, something in my eye. All right, so that one's clean, well, almost clean. I need to brush it. And we'll do this one. And I did tell you, I was going to tell you something about that xanthan gum, because that was one of the ingredients that it kind of called for. Xanthan gum. Okay, so supposedly one of those things that you can use as a thickening agent, kind of like the way you do baking powder. Now, again, I don't know exactly what baking powder is because I haven't really looked into it. But I bought into the hype. I bought some xanthan gum, as you can see. But the key word, I think, is xanthan. Like, I don't know what that word means, so let's look it up. So I looked it up. Xanthan is, I'm going to read you this, a polysaccharide secreted by the bacterium Xanthomonas campestris. Well, there's a really hard word to say, but I somehow managed to sound it out. Let's translate that. Xanthan gum is a sugar derived typically from corn that has been pooped out by a bacteria that produces rot on various vegetables. Trash can. Not putting this on my food. Ew, who would do that? Oh well, don't believe the hype on all the stuff that you think is good for you. And did you forget? I have Sriracha. Now, I did order a Sriracha powder, and I'm going to see if it just contains the Sriracha crushed. If it does, that one's going to be better than this one, because even though this stuff isn't horrible for you, one of the ingredients listed on here is xanthan gum. Oh, they're killing me. And there was one other thing I thought I might mention. It does have sugar. It has chili, sugar, salt, garlic, acetic acid, don't know what that is, potassium sorbate, really don't know what that is either, and sodium bisulfite. And those are all preservatives of some sort. But I am going to put that on my sandwich because I love Sriracha. And what I can do any other time is I could chop up jalapenos and do it that way, or mince some jalapenos and make like a jalapeno drizzle or something. It's doable. If you need to find a way around all these chemicals, we can find a way around them. So there's the yummy chaffel sandwich with all its yummy ingredients on it. I've heard that you can, you can mix all your ingredients up the way you did, or the way we did, and instead of putting this in like double sandwich, you can actually throw the ham in there, throw the spinach in there, throw the onions and the tomatoes, and just then put it in the waffle maker. Now it's gonna make it a little thicker. You're gonna have to make smaller ones, you know, or maybe 4 of them instead of 2 of them. But yeah, you can do that. So experiment, have a little fun. Go out and get you one of these Dash waffle makers from Amazon, or actually I saw one at H-E-B today. So have fun with your cooking.